Greetings and welcome to the 1/6 Scale Man. Probably presents another episode of, you know what it is. It is the Collectors Lounge International Sunday Funday. I know you guys really there's no football games today. We everybody is prepping and getting ready for next week, Super Bowl. Not too much going on in the atmosphere. So, if you're here with us today, thank you for being here and thank you for celebrating in the space of collecting. Not really too much going on this week. But still some things worth talking about. Again, if you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification so you're always up to date as to what we got going on over here as well. And without further ado, let me kind of introduce this lovely panel of individuals. It's just not myself, it's just everybody else in here. How you guys doing today?
Good, thank you very much.
Living the dream.
Yes, indeed. Indeed.
Living the dream.
Still breathing, still walking, winning.
That's it. That's basically the most important part. It's still breathing, still living. That's what it's out. That's what it's about. Especially in the present climate. Definitely we wanna be here. Not really too much. Like I said, it's been quiet in the atmosphere of collecting this week. And I think it's gonna be this way for like the next couple weeks, especially with the Chinese New Year. And I welcome it. I'm cool.
We're gonna be hit. We're gonna be hit.
Hey, you know what? And that's what I wanted to talk about, because we're going to definitely get into that in a little bit, because I think this downtime is going to really give a lot of people some time to think. Like, really give you some time to really think. I mean, because with the threat of tariffs, with the oversaturation of like collectibles and everything that's currently coming out right now, it's really going to give people some time to really think about it and figure out whether or not it's something that you're going to pretty much start curating your collection a lot more than usual, and I see that now. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. So yeah, we're going to definitely talk about that and more. Now, before we do, definitely want to give a shout out to the places, of course, where we get these figures from, as always, each and every week, as we always actually do. Starting off with my man Ray over there at Underground Figures. It's Underground Ray. If you were looking for the latest and greatest, he got it for you. Grail pieces, all that. And definitely no NRD. Shipping and handling is reasonable. Hit him up. He'll definitely take care of you. Sign up for that newsletter so you're always up to date as to when your figures are coming or when they're going to actually arrive. So definitely hit him up. He'll take care of you as he always does. And on top of that, again, shout out, create an account. Tell him I sent you over there. He got you back, as always. Also got to give a shout out to my man Ray over there at Hawkwood's Toys. Again, Hawkwood's Ray. We call it Cool Water Ray now. Not only does he give you an incredible package deal, you get the figure that you're looking for. You get stickers, comic books as well. Ray is such a pillar in the community. Make sure that we have everything that we actually need to proceed, as always. Hit him up. Anything that you're actually looking for, he got it, or he'll actually find it for you. That's how precise he is. I'm saying he's definitely an important person in the community. So definitely make sure that you head on over there, and he'll take care of you.
I love his logo.
Always.
I really like that logo. It's cool.
Yeah, as always, definitely. Also got to give a shout out to Jake over there at Comic Relief, Comic Collectibles. Again, if you're looking for the latest and greatest, he got it for you. He'll definitely make sure that you're taken care of. Not only just comics, 1/10 scale, 1/12 scale, quarter scale, anything you're looking for, he got it for you. He'll make sure that you have everything that you need to proceed. Hit him up. Got the store hours, everything over there. He'll take care of you. Last but not least, got to give a super duper shout out to my man Brian Wong over there at Mod You Case, Mod You Space. If you were looking for a credible display, he got your back. Mono, all assortment of collections or just different display options that you can look up, from module case to mono, accessories for your display cases, as far as like LED light ups and levels, everything you're looking for, he got it for you. So definitely wanted to give him, and amongst everybody else, all the brick and mortar spots, a shout out, because I'm telling you, they are going to be key components coming here soon. Like, straight up, if you're looking for figures and you don't want to actually shop overseas, it's going to be the people that you want to look out for. So definitely got to give a shout out to them. Let me see what we got in the chat today. We got Mary Sullivan in the building. Thank you for being here, Mary. Who else we got? WMan42 is in here with us as well. We got my man Benny Gregerson is in the building. Thank you for being here. Rusty Bronco is in the building. What's going on with you, brother? We got Barry Uptown in the building. Thank you for being here. Let me see who else we got. We got the movie canon. We got Huey Freeman is in the building. We got Holland Toy Flicks is in the building. Thank you for being here. We got Palal 89 is in here as well. We got Machiavelli the Dawn in here. We got Ed R is in the building with us as well, man. Got to give you guys a super duper shout out because it's definitely worth. And thank you guys for being here. It's lovely Sunday afternoon. That's what I was talking about at the very top, man. Before we kind of jump in, and how are you guys? How are you guys doing? You know what I mean? How are you doing with your collection? Like with the roll right now, with everything that's actually hitting, and I got some notifications on a couple of things as well. How are you guys doing? How you hold up? I think it's put it this way. We're gonna do this two ways. We're gonna kind of do it like I wanted to do a collector's therapy, which I probably will still do it. I'll still do it sometime this week. We're gonna kind of have a mixed show. It's gonna be very therapeutic, but then we're gonna also talk about the collectibles and stuff like that. I want to see where everybody is sitting right now. I mean, because literally it is within the last couple of months, it has been a struggle when it comes to what we collect, how we collect. I know a lot of people were talking about how they've actually had to let pieces go. Like they've had to cancel a whole bunch of pre-orders, and really focus in on what is important in their collection, what pieces remain to be important in their collection. X, what have you been like? I know you said that, like I said, there's a lot of things that you're really focused in on particulars when it comes to collecting. So how has that been for you? How is it, especially right now that there's going to be a bit of a quiet time as far as we know, because knowing Howard, he might have everything already set up and planned while they're away. You know what I mean? With distribution, with releases, with reveals, we just don't know about it. But how have you been dealing with this so far?
Well, I mean, there was just this morning that I pre-ordered a figure, and there was some drama around that, and we can get to that here in just a second. Mars Toys and 1/6 Kit, looking at you.
Okay.
So that was unnecessary drama. When is there ever necessary drama? But you mentioned this period where things are slowing down, and we have a chance to really stop and consider the way that we collect what we collect. To actually, if you have a pile of boxes sitting by the door, why do you have a pile of boxes sitting by the door? You better open those things, otherwise you'll never know if they came in good shape. Same thing with records, where people, haven't opened them yet. How are you going to know they play? But when it comes to my collection, which is fairly, at least I thought, was fairly focused, until this morning when I looked at it and I said to myself, Chris, you really started collecting Batman 66. When did this happen? You have Batman 66 figures. You're looking for more Batman 66 figures. You've added another case. When it snuck up on me somehow. It started with the Cesar Romero Joker. Then I got the Saturn Toys Dynamic Duo. Then that 2-pack Riddler came. And then this morning I pre-ordered the 66 Alfred over at 1/6 Kit. And all of a sudden I'm like, apparently I'm collecting, 66 Batman. So unbeknownst to me, my collection had shifted in that direction. And mainly because, let's face it, that's what's coming out right now is 66 Batman stuff. So really, I'm at a place in my collecting where it kind of makes me a little anxious, just a little bit, because I've whittled it down. My Star Wars, my DC, I've whittled it down to the stuff that I really love. When it came to Mandalorian, I let a ton of Mandalorian stuff go. If it didn't click with me, if I looked and go, that was cool at the time, in the moment, that was everything, and now I don't feel it anymore.
You don't really necessarily need it.
Yeah, I was quick to let it go. And now I'm at a point where everything I have, I love. So if I were to let something go now, it would sting just a little bit. Because as I've said before, if it ain't nailed down, it's for sale. Like, if something happens and I need to let something go, guess what? It's out the door. So really I tried to get ahead of that a bit more, because especially with my pre-ordering, where I will wait as long as I possibly can to pre-order something, mainly because I don't want to take a hit on the NRD. Last year I canceled 6 pre-orders. Well, guess what? I was out $150. Well, I can't really afford to piss away $150. You know, I mean, who can? But rather than try to, you know, and if you order through your comic shop and things like that, the last thing I want to do is come to them and say, hey, I know I put it in order with you. I need to cancel it. So I try to be 100% sure, as sure as I possibly can, that no, I do want this, you know, coming into the collection. So that's really where I am right now in my space, is figuring out, okay, knowing what could possibly show up this year. And there's quite a bit that could show up this year with the 90th, you know, DC, the 25th anniversary Hot Toys, with the 20th anniversary Revenge of the Sith, you name it, it's on the way. And then there's all the stuff, of course, that we pre-ordered last year that's starting to show up on our doorsteps. So right now, I'm looking at my space and going, okay, I have enough space now, but that won't always be the case. And I know some very difficult decisions are going to have to be made. Either I won't be able to pre-order things that come out this year, or I'll need to, you know, scale back or let something go, which would sting just a bit.
I think that's the thing, bro. Like, it does sting, but here's the thing. And I was thinking about this. It was kind of crazy. I was like, yo, my attachment to, I had to kind of sit back and say, you know what, my attachment to some of these pieces can almost hit a borderline, I want to say, obsession. You know what I mean? So whereas it becomes like really an addiction when it comes to collecting. People don't understand it because it's like you want these pieces, you want them so much that you're willing to sacrifice certain things that are definitely important, more important. And once it gets to that point, it's just like, oh, hell no. I will enjoy what I have. I'll live vicariously through everybody else. But right now, I just can't. I'm not in the realm of being able to afford a lot of this stuff, you know, especially right now with everything that's currently happening. And decisions have to be made. So I completely understand. Mandy, I know you're like more, you have a bit more discipline than a lot, because you know, again, you're focused in on what you can collect, what makes sense for you as a collector. So how has it been for you so far?
Yeah, well, I did make a rule for myself, a one out, one in. So then I'd have to really want something to get it extra than the pre-orders I've got. But then I kind of broke my own rule because Ian was selling a couple of figures, and you know, they were all butt cheek naked, so I had to take his Obi-Wan. But I am quite disciplined because there's loads that I want. However, I have my toes gone in the water of DC. I've got DX08, and I've got the Batman 89, and I've got Catwoman on pre-order. So that's, but I don't have to get like the whole collection. You know, I go with my favorite characters, and it is really hard because I wanted to order Batman 92, but I thought I don't need that. So, you know, there's the strong me and then there's the weak me, because Jinx, I loved Arcane. Jinx was, and it's like, yeah, it's a great figure. I love how they've done it, but I'm not doing it. But then they announced Vi, and I had to go pre-order because I love her. So, but then people go, you need Jinx, but I don't.
You don't necessarily.
I'd get Echo because I love that character. So if I identify with a character more, then I have to. Well, I don't have to get it, but if I can get it, then I will. But that's the only pre-order that I've had recently is Vi, and I suppose Plo Koon, which I was dipping my toe in and out of the water, but I know I'd regret it. There's tons of figures I want, but it is self-control, and it's hard because, like you say, it's an addiction. You know, for my birthday, I got a load of Black Series figures. I got the Skeleton Crew, all but for Brutus, and it's like, should I get Brutus? I don't need Brutus. I just wanted the Skeleton Crew, and it's nice to have different figures to sort of. You could take out in the garden, you could chuck them in a rucksack, you could take them, you know, get them filthy dirt. Well, I do that with my other figures anyway, don't I? So but they do give so much pleasure. They really do. And it's like, you know, it's like being a kid in it. Like when I was a kid, my dad used to every Sunday, because my mum and dad split up when I was like 4. So every Sunday I'd get to spend the day with my pop. So we'd go out for the day. We'd go to the zoo. We'd go and do something fun. You know, we'd go out on a bikes. We'd do something fun. And then at the end of the day, we'd always end up at this toy shop, this same toy shop, and he'd go, pick yourself an action figure. So there were like the Mezco figures, like I had Batman and Robin, I had Space 1999, I had Planet of the Apes figures, Galen, and I had Starsky and Hutch. I had so many. And I must have had, as a kid, about 40 figures, because I'd have a new one each week. And I loved them so much. But then, anyway, long story short, I think this is where my addiction comes from. And then I ended up running away from my mom when I was 10 to live with my dad. And I couldn't take anything, because I just got on my bike, took my cuddly monkey and cycled off. And that was it. And everything that I left, I never got back from my mom, because I didn't see her for a couple of years. It was a big thing. So I'm thinking, is that where it comes from? Because I loved those figures so much, and they associated with dad so much. Yeah. And then, you know, now even, and dad took me to see Star Wars in 1977. You know, yes, I am that old.
Yeah, me too. I'm right there with you. 1977, went to the theater, went and saw it. You know.
But that was like a real special time, you know, and it was like you got the program at the cinema, you know, and like and that's,
you could sit in the theater like you paid $5, but back then we paid like less than $5 and sat in the theater as long as we wanted.
Was it? And you'd get the program, you'd get the program, and then the
popcorn was like $2 a box or $1 a box.
Just nothing. It was like, oh man,
nothing.
So are we kind of tapping into nostalgia?
Yeah.
Are we tapping into memories and just keep making ourselves and just feeding that? Yeah. But that, you know, it's, and anyway, we're all big kids, aren't we?
Yeah.
You know, we've just refused to grow up. But
let's face it, being a grown up kind of sucks.
It does. Once you learn it, it's and I think that's the biggest thing, you know, when we think about it, is like we've through all of this and what we actually have, we created a level of, it is escapism for us, because it's the only thing that we actually have to release. It's a release from reality the way it is. You know what I mean? Like back then we didn't have a care in the world, but we didn't know what our parents were going through to supply the things that we wanted. We didn't know the sacrifices that they had to make until now. You know what I mean? Like you've grown, the older you get, you realize that, wow, man, there were a lot of sacrifices that were made for me to have the things that I wanted. And now I realize that I made those same sacrifices, but it's different for me because it is the level of nostalgia. It is that nostalgia of the things that I love, that I hold on to, and to have a piece of that in my life is important. You know what I mean?
It always brings so much joy, though,
doesn't
it?
Does.
You know, like I get into bed, I turn on the display cases, and if I have a read, and I just look up, and my daughter comes in, and she goes, I've seen this show before. It's like, but it's a classic.
But it's a classic. Exactly.
And it's just the display case, but you're just like, oh man, that's so
and I wonder, and see, this is the part where when we talk about these things, I'm like, well, listen, you know, Hot Toys, N-Art, Jazz Inc., Sideshow, you know, Mezco, you know, Hasbro, you know, Mars Toys, So Toys, you know, all these, you know, Present Toys, all these companies, it's a business. So we know that they basically have to make money. You know, J&D, which I cannot and will never be able to afford. They have to make money as companies. You know what I mean? This is as a company, they make money. And, you know, Hot Toys originally, when they started out, the prices weren't. And again, people have to also understand that they started out also as an independent, you know, company that was making
25 years. I can't believe
you know what I mean? So when you think about these things, it was like, you know, a lot of effort was put into this stuff to give us, you know, the nostalgia that we want. But then it's like over the years, we're seeing a hike in prices. We're seeing an abundance of these pieces. I always say, like, the golden age for me in collecting, especially when it comes to 6 scale, was back in 2015. Because for me, 2014, 2015, there was only, especially for what I loved at the moment, Star Wars, it was only a few figures coming out a year. and which gave me time to say, okay, cool, I want this, I want that, but I can wait for it. You know, even once it was released, I can pre-order it once it was released or once it was available. But then we just got down to this space where it's just like now there's an abundance, there's like it's overwhelming at this particular point. And the price hike, and originally, like I said, with a lot of our collectibles, especially with Hot Toys, their figures used to be under $200. At one point, they were like 150, 160. They were under
No way.
they were under $200 originally. And then that price just crept up. And yeah, this is where we are right now. So it's really, really tough. We got Pop Culture Living Room. And what's going on with you, bro? You good, man? You working?
Yeah, I am. Well, I'm on a lunch break, so
yeah.
Looking sexy in black there on your red sofa.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I even have the helmet on.
Oh,
Word, man.
It's not like my other one where it's with my hat and the outfit, but yeah,
Good,
it's. I mean, I was able to get my Batmobile case finished, so I'm happy about
saw
that.
that.
I just
I
need to
saw
get
that.
the other thousands finished here,
Saw
so
that.
I can do the collection tour and the whatever.
Yeah. Saw that. I saw that. So we were talking about right off the top, like what it is to right now take the time to curate as much as you can, especially with the lull and how quiet it's going to be as far as we know, because Howard can change the game up and just start releasing shit, even though they're on this holiday. But we were talking about how now there's decisions to be made. I think a lot of people are going to take this time to make decisions when it comes to collecting on what they collect, if they're going to get rid of certain things, if they're preparing for certain things. There's going to be that space where people are just going to kind of reevaluate what they collect and how they do it. How's it been for you so far, bro?
Well, I'm at a moment where I'm thinking about pausing everything. There's a lot of things going on here that have me a little bit needing to get my shit together. And just in case, we don't know what's going to happen in the world. So yeah, trying to get my shit together, probably, if not just stop, very slow down. And guess what? If I really wanted it, I'll go back and get it. It's not, it's not like,
it doesn't disappear into the ether. It doesn't cease to exist. It's like, oh my God, it's gone forever. It's like, no, it's not.
Like it's like the main priority in life. You do wanna be happy. That's like, and this brings me joy, but there are other things that bring me joy, and sometimes you just gotta just push things to the side and just go back and get them. Yeah, you know what? My saver brain, my brain that doesn't want to get I don't know another way to say this, but to feel screwed over that you're not getting it at retail. My brain's like, oh no, I could get it now and not pay the $50 or $100 later. I'm not going to get screwed over, but it doesn't matter. If you look at a lot of the stuff on the secondary market, when somebody says, most of the time the figure is like this shipped, it almost equals exactly what it would have cost getting it from Sideshow shipped with taxes and all that stuff. Now there's the rare figure like Crosshair that I think was part of that, that line where they changed up how they were going to do this. Yeah. Listen, artisans are always going to be there. You're going to be able to get them, and they're not going to be end up being crazy expensive. In-art figures have gone down in price. Maybe not the Pennywise, but you can still get them for not that much more over the thing. So you got to focus on yourself, focus on your family, focus on making sure that your situation is good to be able to do the hobby. You do not want to fall behind and then you're shit out of luck with with like life itself. You don't want to be behind on bills. You don't want to be behind on that stuff. So
Yeah.
they'll always be there. Also, if you know, things are still the way they are, eventually new shit's gonna be made of the same
Yeah.
stuff that you missed.
Yeah.
So that's what toy collecting is. I've been doing this since the late 80s.
Yeah.
It's been like this since then. Hasbro, limited edition, blah blah blah, and then like 5 years later, it's the same figure basically with some upgrades. You know,
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
yeah. It is tough seeing these prices go up. Like you were just talking about.
Yeah.
The other thing I'm really, really hating is exclusives. And
yeah.
I know it's not really an exclusive now, but third parties are starting to get in onto the
exclusive game.
onto that
Yeah.
stuff. So like
bullshit right
it's
there.
not
Yeah, it is. It is, bro.
it's not
It is.
exclusive right now, but like the 1966 Alfred was kind of insinuated as exclusive. It kind of was like they you know, they're ready to go, but then there's such high demand for it. It seems like Mars Toys is going to do another batch and then do some later down the road.
Mhm.
And like these exclusives are kill. It's great for business because it gets you all like, everybody's like hype. Everybody's like, oh, I want this. But if you notice, again, with the exclusives, a lot of wait lists get converted because those people went with the FOMO. They went with the FOMO. So yeah, sorry for the long-winded monologue.
No,
but,
because what you said just now, bro. There's going to be one, and I'm not going to say what it is, but there's going to be one particular wait list conversion that people are going to be happy about because there's one that I'm about to get rid of. Literally, I have to kind of fall back because, again, I'm just looking at just a lot, man. Like, you know, April, my daughter's coming here from Australia, so I'll be, you know, spending time with her. It's like I have to really look at some things, man. Like I really have to really look at some things. And here's the thing, you know what the crazy part about this though, when Costa, and this is where it gets crazy, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people out here experienced it, is that when we're talking about it and we have these conversations because it's life-changing, it is certain things going on in life, doesn't mean that we hate what we collect because we love collecting. That's really one of the reasons why we're here. But there would be a few individuals out there that hear these conversations and they'll create thumbnails. They'll start spreading this jargon. Well, this individual's broke, or they were never collectors, or you're not a real collector, and you don't do this, or this is, oh, you heard this person talking about that, or somebody might hear this and go back and tell this person, oh, they're not real collectors. They're thinking about, this is the crazy space that we actually live in right now. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Isn't it though? And just to be clear, you collect one figure a year, you're a collector. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter what. You got 3 figures over like 5 years. You're a collector. You just collect on a different way. That's it. That's all.
Whether it's 1 or 100, it does not matter. He with the
you
most
gotta have them all, or you
isn't necessarily the winner of all this, you know. And I mean, let's face it, real collector, it ranks right up there with, you know, you go into the comments and there's a new figure that's announced and you always have someone say, who asked for this?
Yeah.
That comment right there is pretty much the same as real collector, because
bro,
there's always going to be someone in the comments that says, I did. Are you ever satisfied with the question, with the answer to your question of who asked for this? Because I guarantee you, someone asked for this.
Someone asked for it. Somebody wanted it in their collection. Just because it doesn't work for me, you know. And I'm gonna bring this up here in a little bit, but just because it doesn't work for me doesn't mean it's not going to work for someone else. There's people out there that collect these pieces because they love it. You know, just because it may not resonate with me doesn't mean I don't appreciate the art of the piece. It just doesn't resonate with me. But I am extremely happy that they are making things for people who actually want it. You know what I mean? That, you know, those one piece figures, when those release, They didn't resonate to me. Like, I mean, I didn't really watch the show, but I'm happy
Show
that
was
it
great.
resonated with everybody
Oh,
else.
it was such a great show.
I didn't watch it because the thing is, it was hard for me to connect to it. I've connected to everything else, but it was just hard for me to connect to that. I'll probably have to go back and watch it. But even if I do, I won't. There's movies that I enjoy, but I haven't collected the figures. I love Avatar. There was no reason for me to go back and get those figures. You know what I mean? I love the films, but there's no reason. Back to the Future, love the films. No reason for me to go back.
I have one figure from Back to the Future though, Marty. I couldn't not, and he was probably one of my first figures.
Yeah,
but I don't feel the need to get a doc. One would be nice, but I just love Marty, so that's good enough for me. And it isn't a proper.
Lael, wait. Go ahead, finish your thought. I got something to tell Lael. Hold on. Finish your thought.
Go ahead.
No, you go. I'm a gentleman.
You go.
I'm a gentleman, baby. I'm a gentleman.
I've said my piece. I've said mine. Go.
Well, Lael,
what's up?
How can you call yourself a collector when you don't collect everything that you like? Come on.
Right.
You're foolish, my friend.
Right.
Back to the Future is the greatest thing since sliced bread. And Marty went back and changed it so that sliced bread was made earlier. It's crazy. The DeLorean, all that stuff. Did I mention Star Ace? Can we get some more love for Star Ace over here? Go get their Clash of the Titans line. I'm not joking. It's #1 aces, as Mandy would say. Aces it is. I'm chuffed about that. But they can't do celebrities, sir. They cannot do celebrities for some reason. They can't do fake. They can do the stunt doubles of the celebrities. Go buy them. It looks like the stunt double. I swear, baby. Star Ace.
The second they start doing exclusives, the second Star Ace starts doing exclusives, I'm out. That's it. I'm done.
Oh my God, there are Star Ace exclusives. You have no idea. There are limited edition Star Ace figures, like Bubo, the Chrome Edition, which is the only one you can get. I want the regular Bubo. Why can't I get the regular Bubo? I love Clash of the Titans. But man, I can't wait to get my doughy, rocky face so I can review it. Oh yeah, baby. We're going to be doing reviews of Star Ace figures on this channel, but only if they're economically right. They can't be retail. I refuse. I refuse to pay retail until they start paying me my residuals for all this promotion. Anyway, thank you. And Lael, you're not a real collector, sir. You gotta collect every genre that you like.
Wow.
Everyone. So don't say you like it. Don't say it live, or somebody's gonna make those thumbnails and dress up like you, and then do a whole spiel.
Yep.
You better be careful, sir.
You already know that
might be
happens.
Me. I might be doing all that.
That just lets you know how much time that person has on their hands, man. For real, it's crazy. You already know.
Good night. I'm gone. You guys have a great show. Costa will be right back. He was in the bathroom.
Hey, Cal, what's going on with you, bro? Good to have you here, man.
Good morning, everybody. I see I walked right into the fire this morning. I see it's already hot in here.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's not. It's not. All we're talking about is, just the current space and collecting, and how people right now are going to probably take that time to kind of curate and move some stuff around, get rid of certain things, certain pieces that, maybe didn't resonate with you as much as you thought it would. But, we're living in that space now where people are going to kind of rethink, and it's a downtime where people can rethink and kind of curate. So I was asking everybody else, what are they doing in this downtime? Are they looking at their collections differently, or are they rethinking certain things that they might actually have on pre-order? What about you, bro?
First thing, let me say happy birthday to Mandy.
Thank you very much.
Yes, happy birthday, as always.
Looking great this morning.
One more time.
Happy to have you guys. What's up, Rob?
Hey,
Chris is in the building. Good to see you. And Costa's in the bathroom, so we'll see him when he gets back.
Yeah.
Having his morning poo. Come on, let's say that's what he's doing.
There's always been that rush to get it first, get it in hand first, do this, do that. I'm happy being at the back of the line. I order things late on purpose so I can get the last invoice. I can see when everybody else is getting theirs in, so I know that mine's about to come in, so I can get that ready. And at this point, I'm just trying to, like, I'm in the middle of a build now with more module cases, so I can add more space to the room and just get more concise, I guess, when it comes to collecting.
What module cases have you got, Calvin?
I got two 120s and 4 60s.
Nice. Nice.
Found a local collector. He was about an hour away. He was selling some for $300 for the 120. I was like, well, I could use another one. Let me come get it. So ran over there and snatched it from him.
Is it already built for you as well?
No, I'm in the middle of my first one right here.
You're having to.
So I started Friday, and I was like, I'm taking a break. I'll be back.
Yeah, bro.
That's where I'm at with mine. So
nice.
Like I said,
you haven't been in a space where you had to feel as though you know, kind of dropping some things off and like pushing things to the side and everything like that. Bro.
Not really, but I'm just like I said, I see a lot of shit I like, and I just don't order it.
Got you.
Where before, order. You know, you come, oh shit, that's out. Order. That's out. Order.
It's just not that time. It's not that space anymore, bro.
No. Most of this room is because of YouTube. That shit's available. Boom, got it.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh shit, that's coming out, huh? I never ordered that. Never ordered that. Like, what's the Spider-Man that's coming out that still hasn't released yet? The black and red one.
Are you talking about the Superior?
Superior. I want that. Haven't ordered it yet.
Yeah.
Anti-Venom. Haven't ordered that yet.
Yeah.
What else? I haven't ordered yet. There's a lot of stuff. And at the end of the day, like I said, when it gets close, either I have to chase it, like I'm trying to chase 2099 right now with Miguel, or I rely on Ray and Ray.
Yeah.
See who comes through for me.
Yeah. It is definitely about that, bro.
My exclusives, I hit up Sideshow. You know, I get the jump and snatch those and
exclusives.
Yeah,
bro. Chewy, what's going on, bro? So
Hey,
like you slightly made it. Where are you at right now?
I'm at work.
Oh, you just working.
I'm in my little bar pantry cubbyhole here.
Word. What's going on, man? Glad to see you pop in. You know, for a few days.
I had to pop in just because I wasn't sure initially. I didn't think I was going to be able to do it at all today, but I managed to finish a little bit earlier doing the fruit prep. I cut all the lemons and limes for all the bars in the arena. So
got you. Okay.
But I done early, so I thought, I'll pop in.
Yeah. Loving your video, Rob. And the Indiana Jones.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes. See,
I'll wear that for the whole thing next time.
Yeah, you should. It's so good. It gives me so much pleasure.
Yeah.
Even if it just gives me pleasure, you've made my day with that.
You did that when you changed and took it off. I was like, where'd the fit go?
Where's it gone, bro? I had a little tear.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know. Now, honestly, it was getting too hot. I was wearing that leather jacket. You'd be surprised how warm that thing is.
I was watching it with a client because I had a client on. We were basically doing like a Zoom call, and I was watching it at the same time. And he sees it in the background, and we started talking. And he's not really a collector, but when he saw it, it was just like, now they're talking about like, he's like, what is that? And I'm like, well, these are Hot Toys figures, these are collection stuff like that. He's like, wow, this Indiana Jones. Like, yeah, bro. Like, he's like, yeah, it's like definitely.
I watched it back a few times. My wife watched it too, and we were. I went back and I actually adjusted I had to adjust the settings on my mic because I noticed I was kind of quiet. But now it's perfect. I didn't know how to adjust all the settings on the there's a little it came with like this black box thing that has all its own dial things on it.
Yeah.
So I had to fiddle with that to get the audio right. Now it sounds great. So when I post the next one, the audio will be a lot better. And I'll wear the outfit the whole time.
Yes.
I'll open some windows. So it's cold in our place.
It has begun.
But it was fun. Yeah, it has begun.
It has begun. But no, what we were talking about, bro, was more so what we're dealing with right now when it comes to collecting in the space that we're currently in right now. How we're curating our collections on this low downtime. Like Calvin said before, it was like we used to live in a space where we would get everything, any and everything. But now we're in that space where we're just like, okay, we definitely have to be more so careful about how we collect with everything that's kind of happening right now. And are we using this downtime to say, okay, I need to either get rid of some things, I need to either cancel pre-orders or just kind of reevaluate? Because here's the thing, if we're on this downtime right now for Chinese New Year,
Yeah.
you best believe when he comes back, it's going to be a shitstorm again.
Oh yeah.
And it's bound to happen. You got to remember, we got the Ahsoka line, we got Artisan, we got all this stuff that is coming up. I mean, I know one of the most anticipated for a lot of people is Anakin. I don't have that problem because I never pre-ordered it.
I either.
Yeah, I mean, I let that go because I can rock with my,
I tried to pre-order it. I tried and failed.
Yeah,
I got it.
I let it.
That was my first.
Me too.
yeah.
Like,
I didn't even
I'm
try.
sharing that one.
I definitely did not try. The only thing that I tried for at that time before that was the WB 100 Wonder Woman, which wasn't considered artisan, but I'm still going to call it artisan because of the fucking fact that it is a wool blended hair.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, it wasn't one that I went for at the time. But that is going to be one of the most anticipated. But anyway, how are you handling it so far, man?
I mean, I lucked out a little bit in the sense that I don't collect so many IPs.
Yeah.
That that I get that buried. Although at the same time, I did recently cancel a couple of pre-orders just because I can see the light at the end of the tunnel with paying off the ones I do have pre-ordered that I really do want.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of like, well, okay, these other couple, they're not hitting waitlist. They're not going anywhere. I can come back for them later if I really want to,
Who was it, Rob? Who did you chuck to the pile?
I put I canceled my battle damage T800, and I hate to say it, I canceled my Dr. Doom.
Your Dr. Doom?
Yeah. Just I'm trying to finish off what I have Star Wars right now.
Yeah, I feel you.
Plus, I know obviously there's other Star Wars stuff that's coming. I had just paid off Purge Trooper, a couple of Shadow Troopers. I have a whole bunch that are coming out this week, actually, that I'll be getting this week. But I know there's 2 other Purge Troopers still coming.
Oh wow!
Right? Like
yeah.
Other design, like they have 2 other armors.
2 other designs coming. Yeah.
I'm getting. So I just kind of thought, okay, I'm gonna concentrate on this right now, and then when these are all done, I'll go back and see what's still available, and if those things are still there, then I'll pre-order them again.
Yeah.
You can pretty much find anything, can't you? You might have to pay like an extra bit, but if you really want it, like you say, you can. Yeah. You don't get swept along by the tide a bit. You just.
Yeah.
That's just kind of what that's the space I'm in right now. It's just a matter of, I know I can get it later. I may not be through Sideshow, but I mean, through you, Lael, now I know about the Rays.
Yeah.
So I can get. I think I can get pretty much anything almost anything that I want through the Rays.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm not. I don't have that FOMO anymore that I used to have.
Yeah.
Where I need to pre-order this right now because if Sideshow once it's gone on Sideshow, then I'm not going to get it. Like now I know I can get it. I can still get it.
And if you can't get it your side of the pond, I'm sure my guy, like Toys on Fire, could sort it out for you, because he can find a needle in a haystack. He really can. He found me that Joker, the DX08, you know, and that was like pretty perfect. It was old, but it was pretty perfect. So
still found it for you. Yeah.
Funny, the recent Joker that just came out, that's not DX08. Is that DX08?
No, that was Jack Nicholson, the 08.
Oh, the 08. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
One that the Heath Ledger one that just
yeah. With the big hands.
Yes.
I always think of Dan when he goes, the hands, man, the hands.
Which apparently from InArt,
yeah,
we're about to see a 2.0 version.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because they're taking the license away, aren't they, for Heath Ledger? So they've got to put it into production before that's gone, else they can't.
So
do anymore.
Who said they're taking the license?
It was John and
so they're taking it
guy
away
from InArt. So they're not doing they're finishing the license for the Heath Ledger
likeness.
Yeah. So it has to be in production. You have to start like a prototype or something. So if that isn't in production, that's it then, gone. So I think it's not definite that InArt are doing a 2.0, but they're going to start it in case, because they know they could improve on it, but it wouldn't be for a couple of 3 years anyway, they said.
They're going to starting it so they can hang on to the IP.
Yeah.
Yeah, but talk about running something into the ground. Like, I have, me personally, I have no excitement left for this version of the Joker, and it was one of my favorite versions of the Joker, and now it's literally too much of a good thing.
There are just too many, aren't there?
Yeah,
you know,
there are other Jokers. There are other Jokers that aren't Heath Ledger, and everyone who has one, at least right now, probably has one.
Okay, so we got basically a couple people. Nope, InArt has already confirmed they have no current plans on doing a 2.0 Joker. They have submitted documents to ensure that they can do a 2.0 after the likeness rights expire. Okay. So I guess again, but they did and didn't also understanding what Yost had told me about the licensing and how they distribute these figures, because just because you get Warner Brothers license, or you get a license to actually distribute figures through Warner Brothers, doesn't mean that you get a chance to play with everything within that box. They give you strictly a list of which you can actually grab and what figures that they want to see. You can make suggestions, but they'll turn you down. They'll be like, no, that's not within that particular space, or unless it's of a level of importance. Like for him, for Yost to say he wants to do a Vicky Vale, or do, pretty much a Catwoman, a different version, he can, just depending on whether or not it carries a level of importance. You know what I mean? But you can't play with pretty much everything within that box unless it's something that they feel will make money. So Warner Brothers is really fickle about that. You know what I mean? Definitely. So me, myself, again, I'm still riding off of the first version, the 1.0 that I got from InArt, which was the 2-pack version of that, and I'm cool with that. That's the only one I wanted. I just wanted to say that I had a version of that figure in my collection, and I do, and I'm cool with it. Like,
same with me for Batman.
I just don't want anything else. I don't want another Joker in my collection. It's just not going to work for me. You know what I mean? I want to move on from it. So
I don't have any Jokers in my collection right now. I'm holding out for the Nicholson 2.0.
Oh, the Nicholson important, which will probably fun. It'll come.
Yeah, I think so, and that's why I'm waiting. I actually just got the waitlist converted for the sculpted version of the Heath Ledger.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let it go. I'm just gonna wait.
Yeah. So
I just canceled a couple, so I don't want to start throwing new stuff on the thing right now.
Well, it's a really good point that you make of, do you need to have it right now, or can you be patient and knowing that there's going to be another one? Now, is that a guarantee? No, it's not guaranteed that they're always going to make another version of the thing, but now more than ever before, there's a high likelihood that they're going to make another version of the thing, or you'll be able to find it readily because the market's been flooded you know, with those things. What was it that Joker said in 1989 Batman? Oh yeah, I know what you're saying. Where can I find these fine new items? That's the gag. Chances are you've bought it already.
Right, yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's the truth.
Yeah.
That's the truth, bro. And I think that with this whole space, and as we've already learned from Hot Toys, is that a new figure or a figure that they probably released maybe 2 or 3 years ago can go back into production as a 2.0 version. Literally, they're not looking that far down the line. You know, how many of those you know, stealth suit caps we got? Like, straight up, man. Like, it's crazy the way this is right now. So you know, listen, if you miss out right now, doesn't mean it won't come back around, and we've already seen that. You know, with the competition around right now, this is what's happening. So I just, you know, kind of want to, let me see what we got going on in the chat. We got CJP saying, yeah, 1989 Joker, Jack Nicholson, definitely what they're looking for. We got a little Titan in the fan in the chat. How you doing, man? Thank you for being here. We got WMan who said, yeah, companies aren't doing a blanket license for anything they own. We got to negotiate for everything. Yeah, definitely. That's just how it is. Illusion Entity 6 Scale Society admin, in case you're wondering. Hey, how you doing, man? How you doing, man? Appreciate that. Thank you for being here. You know, always good, especially to get some information on, you know, what's going on out there, man, because again, we talk about like how, and here's the thing, like, I had to kind of step back and say, all right, think of it from a licensing type of situation when we're asking for a lot of these figures that we want, and yet we don't see them, and we get upset because they're not putting into it. It's up to that company whether or not they want you to have a license for it. It's up to that actor or actress, you know, whether or not they want you to have the license. And it could be issues like that behind the door. Like, we're thinking it's just as easy to make, but from these companies, what we're learning, it's not. It's a struggle, bro. It is a struggle to get that shit. Like, hey, I want to do, you can't, it's not you can just wake up, you know what I mean? Look at Howard. Howard was talking about the Dark Empire Luke. It took him 7 years.
That's right.
7 years to get them to approve that, to say that this is okay, you might as well go ahead and do it. I think it was even longer. He had waited so many years and had presented so many prototypes to him to say, this is what I want to do. And they were like, no. They kept slamming the door in his face about it. And now they're letting him do it since he came around with this Legends line. So just imagine how many more figures out there that you know, probably companies want to do, but they can't do it. It's insane. It's fucking insane about how this shit works. But hey, with the current state of collecting right now, I can wait. As when you get it, you get it. I gotta get some of this shit. I gotta trim the fat on a lot of shit that I'm doing right now, man. Straight up. I'm about to start unloading Calvin's truck for him. He's gonna pay me like $5 unload, bro. Like, just unload this shit.
Hey, that sounds like a deal to me. Shit.
Straight up. All right, I want to kind of dive into this real quick. Let's start talking figures. Now, this one is the one that came out last week. The animated series came out last week, and it was surprisingly good. And I liked it. I really did like it. And I was like, yo, when it dropped, I was extremely excited about what I saw. And then we had that comic book talk with friends show last Monday. And they filled me in on you know, I'm gonna pull this up here really quick.
Voice comments.
Yeah, bro. Come on, man. Like, let me pull this up here. So again, this was a comment that was actually made by the lead actor from the show. He said, my biggest fear was that it was going to be annoying and woke. Now, again, when you're actually talking about an IP that is just getting its feet off the ground, it is the first damn episode of the show, and then they pull this up and you say something like that, man. Like, listen, I'm not going to knock however you feel, whatever your opinions are, but sometimes you got to keep shit to your damn self.
Yeah.
You literally do. You got to keep shit to your damn self. Don't say that and then paint a target on your back from both sides. Number one, you're painting a target on your back from people who are actually fans of the show and fans of the IP and fans of diversity. You're also painting a target on your back because then you become a part of the discussion with motherfuckers who want to see this shit fail.
Yeah.
and then they're going to say that you were basically that skinny for it. And it didn't make any sense. And I was like, oh, bro, why? Like, did you have to say it? The director even came out and said, look, I think he was like, look, he's not that type of person. I know him personally, the guy who was actually the showrunner for it. He said, but he might have actually spoke or misspoke, whatever in that space.
Yeah. I think he misspoke. I mean, he's a young guy. He's just, I think he's heard a lot of terms thrown around. People use terms so much loosely now that I think he just said what he thought he meant, but I don't think he meant it the way he said it.
Yeah.
Because ultimately what he's saying is it's a good show. Like it was what he thought it, maybe what he thought it was going to be or something. And so he's in his way trying to be, he's trying to not be, I don't say be a cheerleader for it, but he's trying to say good things. And I think he just put his foot in his mouth.
Yeah, because he said it. If you read the article, he said that, but then he also said that, but after he read the script and kind of got a feel for everything, then he was like, no, this is important. It's a good show, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, well, lead with that first.
Yeah.
Lead with that first, bro. Like, start with that. And then if you want to get later down when in a row, be like, well, look, I was the type of person that looked at it was like, I just didn't want this to feel like it was just catering to one demographic. I want it to be for everybody and this, that, and the third. Then we can handle that. We can understand that. But when you say something like this, come on, man. Like it just because now every time a person hears like most people hear your voice as the character, they're going to go back to this and be like, yeah, this motherfucker, this person, this dude. Certain people will, you know what I mean? I kind of learned to divorce myself from the drama, so I'm just going to enjoy the show for what it is. And because he's not the only character on the show. Yes, he's the head, he's the lead, but it is what it is.
He dresses like Danny Zuko or the Fonz, doesn't he?
Well, what's wrong with his neck?
Because he's a musician. He's actually an artist. He's released a few songs, he has an album, but I believe so. He's definitely an artist, and I think this was part of a production because he did do stage shows as well.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So he, has done live plays, but he's a voice actor behind the scenes as well. So he's done a lot. But to make this comment, it was just like it definitely wasn't needed. Like you could have laid back on this, man.
I watched the first 2 episodes. I like the show. My main issue with it is the animation.
That's what a lot of people say. That's where a lot of people are, is with the animation. It kind of it's hard to kind of get themselves associated with it, especially when we got some spectacular animation from Into the Spider-Verse and stuff like that. Yeah.
Arcane.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched this and I was like, I still like, don't get me wrong. I think the show is great. I still really like it. And I'll keep watching it. It's just going to take me some time to get used to that animation style.
It feels very much like we were kids animation though, doesn't it? That's what I got a lot of nostalgia. I've only seen the first episode, but just that. I mean, and I've recently watched Arcane a little bit ago. Just incredible.
I love Arcane.
And,
I love Arcane.
Blue Eye Samurai. I finished this week.
Real quick. We got Ben Thomas in the building. Ben, you got to change your name to Ben Richards. The Ben Richards Show. You got to change it to Ben Richards, bro. Cause you got to do that, bro. Ben Richards. Anyway, thank you for being here. We also got my baby in the building. Toya T, what's going on, baby? She's actually watching too. She sees this. She's like, what is this? Again, don't misspeak out of character, especially when you got a show that leans on the level of success, because it already received a lot of scrutiny before it was even dropped. Because a lot of people had the same question. Animation just didn't sit well with them. Where does it fall in the timeline? We don't know. You know what I mean? So
what is it? It's not technically part of MCU though, is it?
Well, no, it's sort of like a multiversal option. And here's the thing: so you've seen the show, right?
Yeah.
You've seen the first episode. So there's a couple of Easter eggs that I picked up. Number one, it was a conversation that Strange had. Remember, when he got there, he was like, wait a minute, I'm not supposed to be here. This isn't where I'm supposed to be. So it let me know right then and then, this is a multiversal version of, because again, all the characters that show up, and then we have the race swap, or it's just basically like the swap of the actual characters. And if you noticed, the spider that bit Peter,
it just came out of the
it came out of the portal, but also when it crawled off of it crawled off of him and it landed on the book bag, it crawled over there where somebody had on a pair of Jordans. You saw that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, or Nikes. They didn't really kind of get into it, but it was like a pair, it just crawled over to someone else. So they just didn't really go into it.
We didn't,
but whatever.
Right? Like we didn't see anything but the shoes.
Yeah, we saw nothing but the shoes. But again, for what we got from it, it was a good introduction of the show. And I actually watched the show and didn't know anything about this until after the show.
Well, what I find weird is that, the negativity associated with the word woke. So last night I watched a little film by John Carpenter called They Live.
Yes.
And the tagline, if you've ever seen the film, the tagline, They live, we sleep.
Yep.
Well, if you're not woke, you're asleep. Go back and watch They Live. And then let's have this conversation about wokeness. Let's have this conversation about why woke is being, villainized in this way. Why is it such a negative thing to be woke?
Yeah.
Do they, so I find it fascinating. I was watching, and the film, references 2025 in the film, the year 2025, which I found fascinating, but literally, they live, we sleep.
Yeah.
So it's just amazing to see that this word has taken on such negativity when in reality, that's just not where it came from. That's not how this started, but that's how it's going.
Yeah. It's taken on, it's morphed into something that is so weaponized and divisive and negative when that wasn't its original intent. And people have taken it and they've adopted the word and used it for their own agenda. And it's become a fad now that it's almost like you have to be cool for saying this when it challenges another person's character or scrutinizes a race or a group of individuals. And that shit right there is, it's like, you know what? Obviously, you choose not to educate yourself. It's not my fault and anybody else's fault. It's you choose not to do it, and you become a part of that. So now with him saying this, there has been a major backlash for it because of it. And I'm like, bro, like, did it need to be said? I mean, all you needed to do was what you were paid for, be a voice actor for the show. And that's it. You had to say shit else. Even if you felt that way, I'm like, look, I get paid to do this. Let it be that. Because now, going forward, I'm pretty sure Disney was like, yo, what the fuck did you say that for, bro? Like, what was the reason? Like, what was the reason? And the thing is, it's like, yo, we talked about this before, publicists. Come on, man. Take control of your people. If they come off, especially if they come out of an interview, just put them in the corner, smack the shit out of them a little bit. Be like, yo, like, don't say that no more, man. For real. You messing with my money. You messing with your money. You messing with the company that we're representing. Come on, man. Cut that shit out. But it is.
It's common sense. You don't shit where you eat.
No, bro.
No.
Spider-Man, be bloody positive. Always.
No, bro. You know what I mean? You think constant shit knowing Star Ace? No.
Hey, listen. I am very woke. I had 3 cups of coffee. So come on. Let's get serious. Disney's not going to do anything. Any of their actors can say whatever they want. If Disney does anything now, you're going to get your licenses taken away or something. At least that's what I hear.
Pretty much.
And I'm Randall.
What you wait. Why you snap out like that? That was funny.
Wait, I have to make it clear who I am. Okay, I've got to make it very clear who is talking right now. Me, Randall. Okay, come on. And can we seriously talk about why didn't we not get the Spider-Man animated series 97? Why did we get this? Why couldn't they just give us? It was a cliffhanger. What happened? Where's Mary Jane? I don't know.
It's you know what? It's definitely interesting in the scheme of things to see, because if they're saying that this isn't tying into like in which it doesn't have to, I say that specifically because it doesn't necessarily have to tie into the cinematic universe or anything that's going on with the MCU. But if you've seen the first 2 episodes, you're almost making references like it does. Even you're using certain things, you know, the song choice that they use at the very end of the first episode, you know, the font for Queens. Yeah. It's sort of like you're making references to like it does actually tie into it, but because maybe like a current or a certain event took away from it. I don't know. It's just weird to see where it's going to go. To be quite
now, $200. Does this figure warrant $200? Do we think
it's a bit more, isn't it? Isn't it like $220 or something?
And this is
smoking crack.
And this is
smoking crack.
No,
this
it's way too much.
Come on.
It looks like a kit bash, doesn't it? I mean, it looks good as it is, but you know, you could kit bash this for cheaper than $220, couldn't you? And I thought the whole point of Hano was they were coming in at entry level, like 160. If it was 160, then you'd think, okay, you know, you love the show, you want to get your figure, but at 220, it's a lot of money for that. Really,
once it's shipped, it's going to be what, 240, 250 once all said and
so
done.
It's $200 for this. The Black Suit Spider-Man was $175. Iron Man was $215. Both the Wolverine, well, actually the unmasked version of Wolverine was $175, which was the yellow tiger stripe suit. The masked version was $160. The masked version of the brown suit was $160. Magneto was $175. So this and the Iron Man are the most expensive of the two.
It's like Hot Toys prices, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
close.
It's close. It's definitely getting there.
It's almost like what they used to charge, 10 years ago.
If you're going to call it entry level, but it doesn't have an entry level price. That's the thing. It's like, is it entry level joints? Is it entry level construction? Is it entry level fabrics? But not the price is anything but entry level. Yeah. Or has entry level just shifted over ever so slightly?
That's what I'm saying. Like when you're labeling it.
Goalposts.
Yeah. Is anyone? All right. Let me ask this question: is anybody on the panel getting this figure?
I bet Silver Fox will get it. Nah.
Nah.
Hey, Randall, can I get a hell no?
Hell no. What do they think? We're millionaires? This isn't the starter pack. This is if you've already got some cash pack. You usually start like the gateway drug is Hasbro, but now Hasbro is up to like $50. It's because they know adults will pay. You guys will pay. You will pay out your asshole, and that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna keep on going up until people can't pay enough. So why don't we protest and don't buy this? Don't buy it. Don't let it sit in Sideshow's warehouse for weeks. Just let it sit. Let them have 1 billion of them, and then they'll give it out for free at Christmas.
You know what? That's a good question because when we look at it, okay, the black suits, the symbiote suit, waitlisted. The brown suit, John Byrne, waitlisted. The tiger stripe suit, waitlisted. Everything else we're waiting for. So it just means it's almost like anything that you actually get from Hano is almost a guarantee that it's not going to have like a high level of shelf life based on the price and also quantity, I guess. Do you think, Costa, because you bring up a very interesting point, or Randall, you bring up a very interesting point. Do you think that this is going to sit?
This might sit only because, they're going to think, oh, it's a kid's cartoon. That's not my Spider-Man. That's in an alternate universe. Why am I want the superior suit. Why would I get this? Why would I get this piece of shit? Seriously, though, it's not a piece of shit. I'm just being hyperbolic here. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm a puppet. I'm a puppet, guys. I'm a puppet. But no, this is not worth $200. I don't care what. Everybody's trying to make the money. Everybody's worried about the tariffs, which went into effect yesterday. Who's it going to affect? I don't know. Maybe Chinese companies. I don't know. Maybe Sideshow will get an exemption. Pay a little something, get an exemption for these things. But this might sit. Hold on one second. What are you talking about? Sorry, guys. Sorry. Yeah, Randall's right. This will probably sit, and then it'll make them go to a lower number, and then it won't sit because it'll seem like people want it. So, depending on the volume that they get will depend on the pre-orders, right? So, they have a couple of levels. If this doesn't get as many levels, it might not sit because we've seen a few figures that we feel that aren't popular go waitlist, but earlier than a lot of the other figures in that line. So, but then afterwards, they're like look at Thrawn, although you can still get them, can't you? I'm trying to think of a figure that is waitlisted but is still retail if you sell it on the secondary market. There's a bunch of them. It's not like and a lot of them do come from that Ahsoka line. So so yeah, unless this cartoon gets to a mind-blowing spot and is must-see TV every week, I don't see it. And who's to say the comic book section of Hot Toys won't do some figures? I don't know.
That's true.
I don't like. I think it looks cool. I haven't seen it, so I can't say anything about the animation on it. But remember, it's a kid's cart. You can't have it gritty, like Arcane or even like Across the Spider-Verse is a little bit more, has a little bit more adult animation feel to it, more mature, let's say. And this is really for kids on it would be your after school TV show or your Saturday cartoon if it was around back then without streaming services.
It would be on that Disney XD channel.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah,
where Rebels was. Disney XD. Anyway, those are my thoughts. I think it's ridiculous. This should be 150. I don't. It should be 150. If you're doing entry level, this is not. No kid is gonna buy this. They're gonna have to talk to their parents, and their parents are gonna be like, "What? No,
$200. What?
Sorry, sir."
$200.
I mean, $200 for this or $200 for Kite Man. I mean, which is it?
I would take a Kite Man right now, like
exactly
that Harley Quinn series. I want all of those figures.
Yeah,
I do. I love that show.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting to see where this goes. I mean, I know a lot of people. There were a few people that are interested in it. It is not to take away from how it looks. I think it's aesthetically it looks great as a figure. Like it's another modified suit, but some will say another Spidey. A lot of people say that. But this is an animated version. This is from Hano. And it's to be expected. My only gripe about it is not about the figure. My gripe about it is, again, and I said this before, you know, even knowing what the current climate is, we got not one figure release from X-Men 97. And I was like, why? I would have definitely have gotten one from there. And I was just hoping that we would have, and it would have made sense. If they would have released that Storm figure, it would have went off. It would have been crazy insane. People would have got it. But they just decided not to. So we just have to kind of wait and see season 2 if that actually works. So I don't know. We'll see. Moving on now. I'm going to move into this particular space here because, again, we're dipping into a space again, another IP that I'm not too familiar with. I know it's game based. A lot of people actually had this, you know, they played this, and on top of that, they love the figure. InArt is, you know, featuring their Wukong figure, of course. Again, it's the armor. You know, I can't really speak too much on this piece because I am honestly not familiar too much with the IP. I know it looks great, but I don't know what demographic it's going to actually touch and who has a high level of interest in this to get this in your collection. I know somebody like Loco Lou would be, but I don't know if anybody else would be looking at this at all. X, are you familiar with this property, bro?
I'm familiar with the game only in that I've seen, I know people who've played it. I personally have never played it. However, in terms of this character design, I am far more interested in this from InArt than I am for their new Batfleck or their Walking Dead announcements, or even the Wonder Woman. Now that Christopher Reeve Superman, that's a whole nother thing. Yes, I definitely want that from InArt. But this, I mean, just from head to toe, they absolutely nailed it.
It's unique. Yeah.
Just the design is absolutely incredible. And no one else is doing anything, you know, quite like this. I mean, the closest in terms of, you know, something being quote unquote toyetic would be Hot Toys doing the Arcane, you know, figures. But this is, I mean, you could have this on the shelf and really not know anything about the property itself. It's just a really cool looking figure. I'm not going to get it for that reason because, you know, cool is great, but I have to have a little more of an attachment to it than it looks cool, but it does look cool.
Yeah. From what I see, and it does look, it looks great. Aesthetically, it looks incredible, but I'm going to leave it for those who actually want it because for me, it doesn't make sense to get something that I don't have an attachment to. And I'm just taking away from those who would want it, you know, and are, you know, planning on getting this piece, you know, so it looks great though. You know, it definitely looks good from what we see and what they got. Is anybody else on the panel interested in this and that you're going to get this piece?
No, it looks amazing though. I mean, I like the other one that they showed before this, but the detail on this is just phenomenal. Incredible. It's like a little work of art, isn't it? You can't say it's not, you know, but
it looks great.
Beautiful. Yeah. Never played the game, don't know the character, but and I don't particularly want this, but it does look beautiful.
Yeah.
Mandy, you would photograph the hell out of this.
Yeah, I know.
Man, yeah,
I know.
It would be fun to photograph.
Crispy
That
Craig
face.
out there too. I know he's out there. He can't.
Gorgeous.
He be the photography on this piece from people, and once we see it, is going to be phenomenal. Like literally. But
these shots are great.
They are. But like I said, that's why I live okay. Now, is this 1/6 scale?
I think so. Yeah.
This is 1/6.
Yeah, I believe it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's 1/6. Okay, so but no, it definitely looks great. I just again don't have attachment to the IP to know. You know, I've never played the game. You know, and there's so many games out there that I've already have an attachment to. But this, yeah, man. But no, again, just because I don't have an attachment to it doesn't mean I can't admire the beauty of this piece. The base looks good. The accessories on this piece looks incredible. Definitely, I know a lot of people can't wait.
Sculpted hair looks incredible, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does. It does. It definitely does. It definitely does. This looks good, man. This looks good. This is when you get around to talking about innovation and you talk about like how companies evolved and doing things that a lot of people won't. This right here is dope.
Yeah.
This right here is dope. And you see all the accessory it comes with the base. the assortment of hands, the staff. This looks good. It definitely looks good. It definitely looks
Colin
good.
Toyflix mentioned something in the chat that it has no fur, like real fur. If this had real fur and they did it well, this would just be an absolutely phenomenal figure.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. He said I have the 112 version coming out. All the characters, definitely, man. Birdman hand. Oh, definitely, bro. Okay. The pre-order window closes next month by the 20th, and I believe secured. Yeah. So, and this is what I'm saying, right? This is the bullshit. This is what the fuck. This is what they get it right.
Yeah.
And I literally hats off to them, and they kill the game with this because they put the figure out and they give you a window. This is how long you have to get this piece if you want it. There's no sitting in a fucking queue that half the time doesn't work. There's no limited quantity on this. You get it based on, it's almost like a, like, what do they call it? Like a
Oh yeah, where you put the investment in and then they make the product. Yeah, what's that? What is that
what's it
called?
called again?
Oh, Kickstarter?
Kickstarter.
Yes.
Kickstarter. Yeah. It's almost
Makes
like a fucking
total
Kickstarter,
sense.
bro. And it
Yeah.
makes sense to do that, bro.
They should
Because if
do
you-
that with everything.
Oh,
And then they won't overstock or under. It'll just be what's wanted.
HasLab does it, like you said, Drew. Yeah, they've done it, and they've been successful with it, highly successful with it. So I don't understand why this shit, like why they have to go this route. Like it absolutely makes no sense at all. Like it makes no sense at all.
Yeah, like Hot Toys doing that. Like it's like opening the doors for all the old biddies at a jumble sale. You know, they all rush in. It's like, no, take that away. Just make it more of a pleasurable experience than a jumble sale. Come on.
Yeah. Like
Come on, sort it out, Howard.
Yeah. Hot Toys will put up a pre-order window like this for artists, and people would have less complaints if you don't. Yeah, it's the truth. Like it would be less complaints for it because again, people all have a chance to get it. You shut the window down, at least you're gonna make your money, and you know you're gonna make your money on the piece that people wanted. It just makes more sense, man.
Who gets the satisfaction? Like, say for the artisan Anakin, right? I got one at Dot, but I didn't. I went through. It's different over here. You don't have to go in a queue, or you've got your people that can get it. But the fact that they're making 3,000, it doesn't give me any satisfaction. It makes me a little bit embarrassed, really. It's like, well, what about people that really want it and can't get it? And then I feel bad for them. It's like, just do this.
Yeah.
This
right here, it makes the most sense.
What's the point? What is the point? It just
it makes the most sense.
Infuriating.
Yeah. It makes the most sense. If you do it this way, it makes sense. You're making money, hand over fist, like literally.
Fairer and kinder. And it's like, it's a bit assholey the other way, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's
window. Oh, sorry.
No, go. What are you gonna say?
Oh no, I was gonna say the pre-order window would actually give collectors time to plan and actually think about whether they want this figure,
rather than just go, just press, and then shit, should I have? It just gives you a little bit of breathing space.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like I commend InArt on this. That's how it was for the Paul Atreides. It was a pre-order window. You get in and get it. You can get it directly from them.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, Legolas, the same thing. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the pre-order windows work. They did the same thing for the Man of Steel. I'm sorry, the BVS Superman. Again, it's their pre-order windows. How they do it, and it works. It's effective. I don't know why. Again, I who knows? Maybe this is the decision that Sideshow has made. Maybe InArt may have wanted to do something like this, but consider the simple fact that the North American market for them, this distribution from Sideshow is how they do it. We can't get beyond that. Greed is a hell of a thing. I'm gonna tell you that right off the bat. It is.
Guys,
but,
I have to get going. I'm
okay.
About to start my shift. So
all right, brother.
Yeah,
Hope
I
it
just
goes
wanted to-
smoothly and easy.
Yeah. All right, man. Definitely,
be it.
bro. Appreciate you.
All right. Thanks,
Take
guys.
care, Rob.
Bye.
All right, man. We'll talk to you later on, man.
Peace out, Rob.
See you
Peace
guys.
out, brother. Yeah.
Bye, baby.
And Palal is right. He said, I think Sideshow is to blame for the system. In fact, that Hot Toys has no website to sell their stuff. Dividing stock for two markets. Yo, you were absolutely right. You are absolutely right. This is what I believe. I honestly believe it, that they set the tone for it, and they've been doing it this way because they're scared of sitting on dead stock. Literally, they're scared of doing it. So this is how they do it. And I'm like, okay, well, it is what it is, man. It is what it is at the end of the day. But I hope, people who will decide to get this, you will be excited, about it. I know you will. So yeah. Anyway, man, I'm just saying that's it for me this week. Like, literally, it wasn't really much to talk about in the space of collecting. Wait a minute. One more thing I wanted to talk about. One more thing that I want to talk about. Damn it. I got to talk about this right here because
Is it Mars Toys?
no. We'll talk about
66 Alfred.
Yeah,
Oh,
we'll talk-
those son of a bitches.
I got one, but I don't know how.
What?
I got one.
Listen. Hold
Yeah,
on. I'm
a
back.
beautiful
I'm back.
bastard.
I'm back here. That is bullshit. Like, come on. They don't even tell you when they're gonna drop it on the website. Like, come on, Kit. I love you, but come on.
You set the stage by saying, okay, we're making a limited number. Okay, cool. Here are the photos. Okay, cool. And Kit's like, all right, we're going to put it out around February 1st. Okay, cool. Was that February 1st your time or February 1st my time? And then wake up on Saturday, realize, oh, okay, it went up and I missed it. But then Kit says, okay, don't worry. More tomorrow. Cool. I wake up, open my phone, see someone post something from 7 minutes ago that it's up. I go on, I order it. 30 minutes later, 45 minutes later, people are saying, hey, guess what? It's not there anymore, and they can't get it. I know Keith missed out on it. And so, but then Kit says, don't worry, more tomorrow. So either Kit doesn't want his site to crash, and he's working during Chinese New Year, which is also interesting. He's got a business to run, get stuff out the door. But the fact that we don't know when it's going to go up, and then people, are saying in the comments, and the comments are always an interesting place to go, but people are saying in the comments they feel like they're being played with. It's like, why are you toying with me like this?
Someone said, one, he is limiting it daily. From what he personally said is that he doesn't have enough people to do the packing. So when these are ready to ship. So as soon as somebody orders it, they're going to ship them out that day. What I don't understand is, one, why all of a sudden is this one limited when all of us who got all the other ones would be so primed to jump on this. Second, it opens up the door for scalpers. If it is super limited, somebody can just know when he's going to post them and just buy a few of them up and then sell them later, knowing that there's not even going to be a second batch. Although someone today said that there's going to be more tomorrow. And then after that, they're going to do another batch to release later on. So I don't understand why this is all going on. It makes no sense to me. You're pissing a lot of people off. And not only that, I'm the type of person that will be, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not buying shit from you anymore. I don't care what third party's coming out. I'm done. And I'm getting close to that with the artisans with Hot Toys. I'm at a point, like I said in the beginning of this stream, I'm at a point where I'm starting to not have that fun, and I need to think about just stopping. And I did that
because it's almost just like a company is telling you what you should have and when you should have it. It's like they're telling you, no, we'll tell you what we're going to give you, like what you should have in your collection. Oh, you miss out? Tough luck. Maybe you shouldn't have it. And I'm like, wow, bro, Hasbro doesn't do shit like that. Fucking, companies that, I've grown up collecting from, you can just get the pieces. If it's not available, then okay, whatever. At least you had a chance to go out and grab it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
Like,
well, I was gonna say the problem with this is it's a third party, so their numbers are even lower than something like Hot Toys. And I think it's just the jerking along. Like the rest of it's fine. You want to drum up business, whatever, but don't jerk me around. Give me a time. Give me a shot at it.
Yeah.
Don't, you know. I just and why are you changing up all of a sudden? You were doing really good. The other way. People were buying it. You went second batches on a lot of the stuff. Why would you change it up? You're making money. Like,
and they led with this this was 227. So all of a sudden it's like, well, the
oh
price
my god, their price jumped too. Son of a bitch.
So you raise the prices and now you're screwing with me when it comes to getting this figure. This is by no means a necessity. It is a doll. However,
yeah.
It shouldn't be, you know, I have purchased your other figures. I want to purchase the future figures, you know, that are coming out from the 66 line. You've been killing it. You've been doing a really great job. You did a really great job with the 89 figures that you put out. You were doing great work. So what's happening with you right now that you get a little shifty and, you know, there's just no transparency. There's confusion. And who has time for that?
Bro, seeing Brock's face right now looks like everybody's face when they tried to order that shit and couldn't do it. like his face is like, really? Like straight up. Unlicensed companies doing this is bananas. It is. But this is, I think, when we set this, and it goes back to the exclusives, when you set that space, other people are looking at that as an example to say, or let us try it, or maybe we can make money off of this marketing scheme. You know what I mean? And that's come on, man, that's tough. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, what? It wasn't a figure that I was going after, but I feel bad for people who were going after this, man. Because what sense?
My childhood layout.
Yeah,
they're messing with my childhood layout. No, it's a toy, but still, like, don't play games. That's all. You're a third party. You're lucky you're even getting away with the shit. Like,
exactly.
Like don't like be a jerk about it. Just like if like who is it? If any of the other toy companies could produce this, I would take it from them for $280. Just to I'd be just to spite Marston Toys. I'd be like, no, I want the licensed figure. Sorry. If they ever, but they're not going to come out with it. Nobody else is going to make this figure. So
first one to give me a Julie Newmar and Eartha Kitt Catwoman, you got my money.
All right. But don't do it as a fucking exclusive.
No.
Don't do it as no damn exclusive, man. Okay, I want to end it with this real quick. And just like a short little conversation about this. Did this bother any of you guys?
No.
Does this look weird to you? I don't.
No. Is it a anamorphic lens, or what kind of lens do they use? It's a different angle, but doesn't bother. I don't know what to be upset about in this.
Check this out. People don't understand, like, when you have a certain lens, it looks different. So like I have a wide angle lens for a lot of my shots, but if I put that wide angle lens close to my face, it'll look like my nose is 20 feet long.
Yeah, you do it with dogs as well. You get up there and you can have a really big schnoz and then just the tiny little head and a little body. It's fun.
And who gives this is the CGI thing that people are going crazy about right now, right?
Well, see what he's saying, because
he said it's not CGI.
He said it's not CGI. He said this
basically. Shout out to Blue, because Blue's been getting blasted everywhere. So shout out to Blue. He's been getting major love for this.
Yeah, because Blue is the one who basically asked the question, and James going to clarify that it's not CGI. It's the camera angles. It's the same angles that he actually used for Guardians of the Galaxy 3 for Adam Warlock. It's the same, almost the same tactic that he actually used. And I'm like, well, wait a minute, the movie, it's not out yet. Like, can we kind of scale back on
Well, you said it. The movie's not out yet.
It's not out. It's not out yet. How far we have fallen when it comes to a space and we criticize and critique something that hasn't even hit the screen. Case in point, Captain America: Brave New World it hasn't even dropped. It's receiving so much scrutiny. But this scene, granted, did it when we saw it in action? Did it look? The only thing that looked weird to me was one of his eyes. It looked like it was crossed a little. That was only it. That was the only thing that was weird to me. It was like one of his eyes.
Like you haven't adjusted it quite. Yeah.
But I also thought about this: when the wind is blowing, it is in your face. You can't control how your face contorts or moves around.
Did y'all
If you've ever done the bathroom dryer?
What'd you say, Cal?
Did y'all see the meme about the cheeks?
Nah.
They had arrows going from both of his eyes like this, and it was two different asses that he was looking at.
Well, they call them cake shop eyes here. You know, like one's looking in the cake shop, one's looking down the road.
Bro,
how was this scene? Was it how many seconds long was this particular?
It was in the trailer for all of 3 seconds, bro. Like if that. It was in the trailer for all of 3. It was like a quick shot of him flying, flipping around. And yeah, it just became, a thing. And
it's like that thing where you take a photo of yourself with your phone, but you take like a burst of photos and then you go back and look through them and you're like, oh God, I'm making the worst faces.
Yeah, exactly. And shout out to Blue, because Blue, when he even said it in the most respectful way. He said, I cannot wait for this movie. He said, it looks dope. He said, the only thing that looks a little bit weird was the CGI shot, in which James Gunn basically replied, it's not a CGI shot. There's no CGI in this shot at all. It's camera angles that they use, whatever. And that was it. But it was the comments before that. Before Blue even said anything, people were just, it is what it is, bro. Like I can't wait to see the film, bro. I want to see the film for what it is, but it's just like, again, the problem is that we live in a space where you have your, people who enjoyed Zack Snyder's, Justice League, which, I did. A lot of people didn't. And then you have people that, enjoy or are open to see what's going to happen with the new DCU. And this is back and forth, man. It definitely is back and forth. People that don't like the suit. But again, we haven't seen the suit fully on camera yet. So just give it time to see what it is once it drops. I can't wait to see it. We're going to probably have a bit more of this conversation tomorrow on Comic Book Talk with Friends. But yeah, man, anyway. Just listen, everybody out there, man. I love this subjective conversations. And on top of that, like I said, we could be constructive, but just give it time. Let the man cook. Let him just basically put out his representation, and we'll just take it at that. Just, you know what I mean? Everything, yep, you're right, Mitchell. You already know, bro. Everything gets criticism more than ever now. Exactly, bro. Exactly. That's just the way it works, bro. That's just the way it works, man. For real. That's why, Mitchell, that's why we haven't, Calvin and Second Brothers movie hasn't dropped yet, because they're going to probably get upset at the lack of cheek scenes. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
they ain't gonna be no lack of cheek scenes. You ain't gotta worry about me, brother. I promise that.
Bro, remember, Calvin, you seen Black Dynamite, right?
Yep.
Remember the scene when when he was in the nurse's office and she was checking him, whatever. She said something, and he was like, all right, let me just check. When he was about to pull his pants down, the doctor came in there and said something to him. And he looked at the doctor and was like, well, you the one that brought these titties in here. Bro. Shit was so fucking... Oh, bro, that's some shit you would say, bro. That's some shit you would say, Cal.
I don't know if I would say that. I would definitely be thinking it. I don't know if I would say that loud.
Anyway, man. Thank you guys, everybody. Hold up. He said I threw that ish before I walked in the room. Definitely, bro. Thank you guys, everybody out there, for being here. Great show, man. Who knows what's going to drop, or if anything drops this week. Remember, it is Chinese New Year right now. It has already started. So there might be a lull. We may or may not see some shit. We just got to kind of wait to see. Other than that, thank you guys for basically being here. Ladies first, Mandy, what you got coming?
This week, tomorrow, yesterday I got this. Right. So tomorrow I'm going to do a photo shoot. This is from Fusion Reactors. and he sent me this.
Oh, you got with my dude. Okay, Mandy over there doing things. Yep.
Yes.
So we're going to do a little collab. So I'm going to do some photographs. So wait a minute, it'll start flickering in a minute, I think.
No.
Well, it does. Yeah, there we go. Look at that.
Nice.
Look at that dark saber.
How much did he want for it?
I think they retail, or they're going to retail at about £100 ish.
Okay.
But I say I'm going to do a little collab with him on this. So, but it's beautiful. I mean, hang on, let's bring it close. Oh no, it just. Yeah, so it's a really nice hilt, and it's just gorgeous. So I'm gonna get Bo-Katan out, and I might get Gar Saxon out, and then I'll get Din out. I'm not driving at the moment because my stupid arm, but so I can't get Darth Maul, but I could do some with Sabine. So I'm gonna do a little shoot tomorrow, and then the weekend. We're going away with some friends to a little cottage in Shropshire, all on one level with the dogs, and there's a pool, and so that should be fun. Other than that, like I say, I'm not back at work yet because I can't drive and I can't quite play guitar yet. But so yeah, here's what it is. Still a lady of leisure.
Thank you for being here, and everybody out there. Give her another happy birthday for Mandy today. Such a celebration. So glad to have you here. Happy birthday as always.
Thank you.
It's
been fun today. It's what I really needed, check in with you guys and just hang out. And it's just like lovely. Thank you.
Yeah, as always, thank you for being here. The therapist, what you got going on, brother?
Well, I'm also a lady of leisure. As
you go, girl.
I see you.
Word.
So, no, thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. Good show. No, thank you so much. It's been great to talk some plastic, and despite all the goings on in the world, it's nice to be able to to dive into this hobby that we all appreciate and love, this celebration of pop culture, to celebrate it with so many great individuals here on the panel and in the chat. So what do I got going on next week? Of course, Say What on Wednesday. And then Best of the Best on Thursday. Of course, we also have that Hot Toy Showcase on the 6th and 7th to look forward to. Who knows what will come of that? So there's no knowing where we're going. But thank you so much for having me. And if you haven't, go watch They Live. It's a great movie.
Bro, classic film, bro. That alley fight scene was incredible, bro. He's like, put these on.
Best fight scene in cinematic history.
The best fight scene, because it was exhausting.
It just kept going.
And I love it. Going. Yeah. Definitely, man. Appreciate it. Thank you for being here, brother, as always. And remember the ending part when actually everybody started putting on the glasses, and the one dude right in the middle of intimacy, she put the glasses on. He was like, what's wrong, baby? What's wrong,
Again,
anyway, bro, he was like that out of nowhere. What's wrong, baby? They Live was the shit.
That's what we need. We need 1/6 scale. They Live. Give me 1/6 scale Hot Toys. They Live.
Yeah,
give
you
me,
already know.
Give me Roddy
Mondo
Piper.
already did. Mondo.
Then they gave us
the
they did. I remember that. We did get what was his name? Roddy Piper's character.
He didn't have like a real name. It was oh man.
I just know him as Roddy Piper. That's the whole time. I'm like, it's Roddy Piper.
Guy or something. It's like
what is his actual name?
Yeah, definitely. Anyway,
Yeah.
Thank you as always, brother. Low key, man. What's going on with you, brother? What you got going down, man?
I'm a little torn this morning. I don't know for the sports fans out there. Major blockbuster trade with the Lakers and the Dallas Mavericks last night. You know,
who got traded?
Luka for AD.
What? Wait. So they traded AD to the Mavericks for Luka.
100%.
What? Hold on. What the fuck?
It's been pandemonium since last night. That's why I've been on my phone. I'm going back and forth with Collector Joy right now, who's a avid Mavericks fan, and he's like, "Yo, welcome to the Lakers. No. I'm here." I'm like, "We don't want your ass over here. Keep your ass in Dallas."
ESPN. What the fuck? Like, wait a minute. Really? That shit.
It was a three-team trade with the Jazz, I believe, but the big pieces was Luka and AD. Yeah. So hence why I'm linking up this morning. But I'm torn though. Don't get me wrong. Luka's a hell of a talent.
He's a head of a talent,
but he's lazy as hell. His work ethic sucks. So
I'm trying to understand the fit because it doesn't. Bro, you were in AD last couple of games was balling, bro. Like so what's did they say the reason, bro?
General manager LeBron James was involved in this whole thing.
They said LeBron was at dinner.
Ronnie said no.
We just beat the Knicks last night in New York, and they said he was at dinner with his family, and he found out at dinner with the rest of us. He didn't know about the trade at all. It was a backdoor. No one else knew. No other teams were involved. They just pulled the rug from underneath all of us.
And how did AD feel about it?
I haven't heard anything from AD yet.
Damn.
Or Luka. But the rest of the NBA is like, what the fuck just happened? I heard KD. I did get an interview from KD this morning. He was like, damn, if Luka can get got right now, anybody can get got.
Bro, but like, literally, like, where are the rest of your bigs in the Lakers squad?
That's my question.
Unless they're basically playing on what the fuck? That doesn't make any sense, bro.
But then look at the opposite side. AD, Kyrie, with a little dash of Clay.
Ooh,
that's crazy.
That's dangerous too, bro. I mean, I'm pretty sure like AD, he's probably sitting like well, I might have like a bit of a not me, more of a chance or I don't know, bro. I don't know if I like that, bro. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know. He said it's like Holland Toy Flicks. I would have traded Embiid in a minute for Luka.
Everybody give it Embiid, man. Embiid.
Yes. I agree with Holland Toy Flicks. What the fuck is going on here in Philadelphia?
He got to go, bro.
Yeah, AD said we needed another big, and they got rid of the big we had.
Straight up, bro. Anyway,
so that's it. Otherwise, I'm gonna work in the room, get back on this build, hang out with my wife, and just chill for the rest of the day. That's it.
Yeah, that's probably what I actually got to clean up some stuff down here since I moved my office. Like I don't have my work desk like I would normally have it here. So I got to kind of move some things around. But yeah, man. Anyway, bro, thanks for being here, bro.
Again, Mandy. Love you.
Yes. Appreciate it, bro. Definitely. Happy birthday, Mandy. And last but not least, we got Randall and Constant in the building. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, people? Hey guys, how's everybody doing? We're having so much fun over here. Cheeks are open, not wide, just they're available. Not what am I talking about? You sick, you son of a bitch. No, there's nothing going on here with Cheeks. I swear to God. This guy over here. He stumbles. He doesn't know how to talk. He's trying to be cool and talk about Cheeks, but he doesn't know what he's talking about. You are so true, Randall. I am so sorry. I am a very innocent person. We don't talk about Cheeks over here all the time.
He said, "Not wide." Okay, play it.
Innocence. Costa, show us both hands. Show us both hands. You too, Randall.
I wish I could. My camera is so far away from me to turn on. and not plugged in. And yeah, I'm just being pretty lazy right now. Yeah, he's a lazy son of a bitch. This guy can't even get me hair and like tailor my clothes. What's going on with that? Can I get some hair, please? We're working on the hair. Jesus. God, always gotta get me. Anyway, pop culture living room. If if you do need cheeks, I guess I don't have them per Randall. So but what I was gonna say, shirts off here. You know, we're having a good time, drinking beers like men. Yeah, like men, baby. But we do like to get a manicure every once in a while. You know what I'm talking about? A nice little mani, little petty. I like to be pampered. I really do. But let me give it to Costa so he can tell you about all the amazing stuff that is happening on the channel. Thank you, Randall. So many things are happening here. Saturdays are the show off where this weekend we're going to talk. Come with your questions. You want a good display case? You don't want to wait 8,000 years. You don't want to spend $400 on a DTOF lookalike. Maybe we can make that DTOF lookalike. I don't know. That's what we do here. We make cases. The next 2 weeks there will be no points of articulation because tonight I'm taking my little one to WMan, and then next week is the Super Bowl. Go Birds! And then the week after that I'll be in Disney World. Enjoying. Hopefully, it's not the last time I can go to Disney World with the climate in the in the world. But yeah, go to Jazz Inc. I forgot to post these on my Instagram. Go to Jazz Inc. I finished my hanging display case for my '89 Batmobile. Yes, there's an '89 Batmobile suspended above my head right now with a Batman in it and lights. And I love it. I'm going to put in a nice little shelf in there, probably just a straight acrylic one, so I can put the villains in the back. I think that'll look cool. So yeah, come to the channel. Learn how to make stuff. I will help you make stuff. So yeah. And I love the chat. I love you guys out there. Love the panel. Yeah, you guys make things brighter for me, let's just say. All the darkness I'm feeling about like not wanting to collect, you guys revive it every time I come out. So I thank you in the chat and on the panel. I love you. Also, happy birthday, Mandy. Oh yeah, there it is.
You. That is amazing.
Incredible.
Really does.
Yeah, and that's yeah.
Beautiful.
Damn. Yeah.
I love it. It's just it's an aluminum case. I don't know how much it costs to make. I made it with like the aluminum frame I bought on its own, right? But the shelf I used is a extra garage shelf piece that I cut down. So you don't have to spend like if you have stuff lying around, like this is I think it's 3/8 of an inch thick. So the shelf, and then you can go to like Amazon and get the fabric, or you can paint it. You can make it cheaper and not wait 12 years. So there's that. But yeah, thank you.
A coffee table.
Oh, I'm working on one.
Yeah,
with a actual glass top.
Ooh.
So like you'll be able to like I found a place that will cut glass to the size that you need, and it's not that expensive. And yeah, it's and to do the lights the right way. I'm excited about a lot of things. So yeah, thank you for bringing that up.
Definitely. We got Commander Green in the building. What's going on with you, brother? Thank you for stopping through as always, man. Appreciate that, man.
Speaking of Jazz Inc., did you guys see the back computer?
No, I'm actually in there right now. Hold on.
He didn't have it on the group, so look it up on YouTube.
Okay.
But man, I can't wait to get that in there.
So wait a minute. When is he going to drop it though?
It's my date on mine is January 31st, so it should be up ready.
Oh, okay. And that's the 89 back computer or
BVS.
the BVS back computer. Okay. I'm going to check it out. Well, I see that thing is going because I don't even have the damn BVS Batmobile. Yeah, it looks good.
Oh, it pushed back to May.
Oh, word. Okay.
But it looks sick.
It looks good. Okay. Good. Worth it. Definitely. Anyway, thank you guys out there, everybody out there. What's going on? Yeah, we got comic book talk with friends tomorrow. Say what Wednesday, depending on what we talk about, we'll always find something. Definitely got to keep the show going. And on top of that, we got Figure Flex Friday, Collectors Lounge again. If there's anything drops during the week for a conversation that we'll have during the corner, we'll do that. Thinking about trying to fit in the collectors therapy in here sometime this week. I'll figure it out because it's definitely needed. But other than that, thank you guys for being here. Another great show. As always, can't wait to see y'all again. Have a great rest of your afternoon. See you later. Be kind, everybody, as always, and enjoy yourselves. That's it. Enjoy yourselves. Have a good time, man. Other than that, we are out. Peace.